Hello and welcome everybody to the Zelda Mailbag. This is the part of the podcast. This is episode... Who knows? Of Highland Games Cast. We're a Zelda podcast. This is a good time. So at the end of this podcast, we do this thing called the Zelda Mailbag, in which we answer your Zelda questions. But don't worry, it doesn't have to just be Zelda questions. It can just be whatever questions. Most of the questions we get are Zelda questions, which is why it's called the Zelda Mailbag. And so that was more complicated than it needed to be. But let's just grab some questions and hop right in here.
We'll do six questions. So each of us will answer 2 questions each.
Okay.
So for the live chat, get your questions, hurry in the chat.
Get them ready.
While we go through the mailbag.
Get him.
I'm going to pick this question from... He just left. He was in the chat. But Justin Clark, Just Clark 89, asked the question, how would you rank the champion's abilities? So the 4 champion abilities from best to worst, I guess we're gonna go. So I'll start here. I'm gonna say Urbosa's Fury is now ready. Revali's Gale is now ready. Daruk's Protection is ready to roll, and then Mipha's Grace is ready. I guess
Super Chat Gus Laz, is Wind Waker Ganon Tower at the same place as Ganon's Castle?
I'm gonna say no, because Ganon's Castle was built over Hyrule Castle. Ganon's Tower is in the middle of the desert.
Hyrule Castle's under the Tower of the Gods, where like you go through Hyrule.
Yeah, but Ganon's Tower in Wind Waker is in the middle of the desert. If you get the chance to look around it, which you normally probably don't, it's actually in the desert, which is a neat detail.
When you go to Old Hyrule, you're in Old Hyrule, to where you can look around and you can see the map and stuff off in the distance. It's interesting if you look in the direction of where the island, the main islands in Wind Waker is supposed to be. In reference to the area you're at. That way, you can see kind of what it looked like in the past and what it looks like now with it flooded in water. So, it's a cool reference point to look around. I don't know if that's what you meant, though, Daniel.
Alright.
I'm just saying, the land that
I would
they
pay
built
for
around
premium,
the tower.
Daniel Samar.
Anyways,
No,
if you go to
someone said they would pay you.
Oh my gosh. But there's no clip. That's a website.
Yes.
You can visit and you go just take a look in that area, which is the coolest area to go visit in no clip. You can just clip the camera around wherever you want. But yeah, Ganon's Tower in Wind Waker, it's in a desert area. And I think the intention behind it is probably that it was supposed to be in the Gerudo Desert that's buried under the ocean, but definitely not the same place as Hyrule Castle, because Ganon's Tower or Ganon's Castle in Ocarina of Time was built over Hyrule Castle, and Hyrule Castle is there in Wind Waker. So what can you do?
It makes sense that Ganon would come back and try to go to the desert area as well.
That's true.
And they did have high mountainous areas in the desert. Even in Breath of the Wild, there's giant cliffs in the desert.
That's true.
And the Spirit Temple was really huge, and even Arbiter's Grounds is really huge. So they could like totally remodel that to make it the forbidden area. What was it called? The Forbidden Tower in Wind Waker. What was Ganon's area called?
Ganon's Tower, wasn't it?
No, like when you're sailing there in Wind Waker.
Oh, the Forsaken Fortress.
Yeah. Is that Ganon's Tower? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Ganon's Tower is where you fight Ganondorf in Wind Waker at the very final battle. You fight him at the top of the tower.
I was thinking of the other one. Whatever.
Justin's question here. Ranking the champion abilities. I gave my ranking.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I would swap my end ones.
Oh.
I would put Mipha's Grace
I would
above
swap Daniel's
Daruk's.
booty too.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you would say Chewie, Urbosa's Fury, Revali's Gale, Mipha's Grace, then Daruk's Protection.
Yeah.
Interesting. The thing is with Midna's Grace is that you can just get fairies.
That's true, but
And 4
also
of them.
knowing me and my life, actually, you're right. You're really right.
Fairies.
But I also don't really care for Daruk's protection. Like, I feel like I don't. I feel like I don't make use of that. Like, I have to like really like force myself to make use of that. Whereas Mipha's Grace is one of those like, oops, I forgot to get fairies, and people will know in my chat I don't have any fairies, and it saved my butt countless times today.
I thought you were gonna swear, but you just said forgot.
I'm trying, okay?
Good, cool. Jesse, let's hear your ranking. Let's hear it. Rank it, Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse, come back to reality.
Ooh,
Jesse.
there goes gravity.
Come back to us, Jesse.
Rivaldi skill.
Okay, that's the best.
Or a Deku mask.
That's
They
not
do
part
the same
of
thing.
What?
They do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Oh
guess-
yeah.
Yeah.
Bar.
Mipha's Grace.
So that's number
Daruk's
2.
protection.
Okay.
No. I forgot her name.
Urbosa?
Urbosa's
Mipha?
Fury, yeah. Which is kind of like the lightning medallion from A Link to the Past.
There is no lightning medallion in A Link's Past.
The one that makes lightning strike. You find it
no-
on the top of the mountain.
There's Ether, Quake, and Bombos.
The one you find on top of the mountain.
Isn't that Ether? It's ice.
And
It's
it
ice
makes
one.
it looks
It
like
makes
lightning
ice.
like hitting everything though.
You sure that's not Quake?
It's
you're
like
thinking of?
it's like white and blue lines.
That's.
I always
it's ice.
thought the white and blue lines were supposed to represent lightning hitting everywhere.
It's
And
ice because all your enemies freeze.
oh, well,
when
it's
you do it.
same. Well, like, yeah.
icy cold lightning.
It's icy.
So or that, and then the Mipha's Grace, because you have fairies. Because I was thinking Mipha's Grace would be best, but then it's like Mipha's Grace, fairies.
But then fairies, right?
Yeah.
Luke makes a good point that using Urbosa's Fury is all good and fine, but it like would be nicer if it was on like a different button, because it is one of those things that like you want to charge up and like attack someone, and before you know it, you're like, bam, I've used it. I didn't mean to.
I don't
Exactly.
use charge attacks very much to begin with, though.
You should have
So
to
for
hold
me,
one of
it
the
doesn't-
shoulder buttons
because
while you
I
charge
do
up.
I do my spin attack like this. I circle the thumbstick and hit B to do it faster, because you can do a jump attack, and as soon as you land, if you time it right, you can immediately spin attack, and it busts out that wombo combo. And so I just don't use charge attacks that much, and so accidentally using Urbosa's Fury has not really been much of an issue for me, I guess. So, but I guess it's technically I'm using the alternate control scheme technically that way. So I don't know. I don't know.
They should have it where you have to hold down like one of the shoulder buttons that you typically wouldn't use, or like
Or like
click
2.
like R3 or L3, like where you click in the joystick.
I accidentally use Daruk's protection way more because it's just anytime you target, or like anytime you're targeting an enemy, Daruk's protection just automatically comes on.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like trying to parry and I'll miss time a parry, and I would rather just take the hit and then
Maybe they should
waste
make
the
it to where like
protection.
you have to double click and then it does it.
Maybe, yeah.
Like instead of just clicking L, you double click
Mhm.
L and then hold. Does that make sense?
True. Yes, true.
Or if they had the sensitivity triggers.
Right. Also, Luke brings up a good point about charge attack for spears. That's a good point. And also, I guess I was really just thinking of spin attack with like broadswords or one-handed weapons, because if I think about it, I use charge attacks for two-handed weapons all the time, because it just you can just attack really quickly that way. So, like with claymores and stuff. So,
Think about the fast weapons.
my bad. I just prefer one-handed weapons. Those are my favorite. But but he right. So I was being close-minded, as you would say.
Troops.
But Urbosa's Sphere is still my favorite, especially if you're dealing with like big swarms of enemies, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to pick yours, Choops?
Yeah, I'll pick mine.
Your
I was also
hair
gonna
looks
say
good.
we should. Thank you. I was also gonna
As
say
does
we
yours,
should
Daniel.
just do one question each tonight because our podcast has
Thank
gone a little bit
Yeah.
longer than usual.
And we had a bunch of bonus questions throughout.
We did. So let's do one each. So mine.
Why do we
that I
have 50
selected-
people still watching?
They chilling. They're lurking.
Thank you.
So Heavy Bear asks, with all these rumors of a 3D Mario collection constantly making the rounds, how would you guys want Nintendo to handle a 3D Zelda collection or a Zelda collection in general?
Very quickly.
And- Very quickly is definitely the answer.
Release tomorrow.
The only thing I could think of is that I kind of wish that rumors like this wouldn't happen and that we'd like get like an official something from Nintendo, because I'd feel more excited hearing about something straight from Nintendo than hearing about it circling around from all of our famous leakers. Like that's the one sure way to basically ruin anything for anyone is to have it leaked, right?
Yeah, just unfollow stealth.
Also, I'd also just be really happy if they did it. Like, I honestly don't care. If they did like a physical collector's edition, that'd be really cool. Don't know if I'd ever get it because I'm not really I don't really collect things. But I think they should do it regardless. Maybe I'll play more 2D Zelda games.
Hi, Luke.
Any Zelda collection you want to give me, I'll buy. I'll buy it. I don't care. You want to release Twilight Princess on 3 consoles? Oh, I guess I have 3 copies of that game now. So it's just I will buy it. Anything they want to do. I don't think I'm gonna say like if they do a 3D collection, it should obviously be probably like Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. Like that would be as much as I really love Majora's Mask and I would want it in there. But if I couldn't have it, that would be the one to go. Unfortunately,
all right,
just
this
because.
is. Sorry, I'm.
This is what? No, I don't know.
I have
anyways,
a problem.
What's
What's your problem, Jesse?
Interrupting.
Oh,
We all interrupt.
we do constantly.
Okay, AJV Gaming Paradise, who's a Patreon supporter.
Woo-hoo.
Hashtag Zelda Mailbag.
Mm-hmm.
This was on Discord. Everyone, you can please join our Discord. Link in the comment. We are all there talking. Over 1,000 other Hylian Gamescast fans are also there. He says, why does Midna's helmet resemble the Zonai ruins symbols? And I would like to also add Ganondorf's armor in Twilight Princess HD. I know they changed the way his armor looks in Twilight Princess from Twilight Princess HD. So I don't know if they did this on purpose. Yeah, so I don't know if they did it on purpose because they were making Breath of the Wild, so they redid the armor for Twilight Princess HD. But he has the snaky snake things, which is like all over the Zonai stuff. And it also has the Midna helmet, he says, resembles it as well. But then you also have, since it's also on Ganondorf's armor with the snaky thing, between the Twilight and the Gerudo, even without the Zonai connecting, you have the Gerudo symbol on the throne for Midna that Zant takes over.
Isn't it the Sheikah symbol that's on there? Not the Gerudo symbol?
I thought it was the Gerudo symbol.
I'm pretty sure it's the Sheikah eye that's on there. Now I have to look it up. Because I don't know now. I do not know.
I'm trying to think. It's hard to think of it.
Super chat time.
Oh.
It's RPG. $1.86.
You just gave us money.
Thank you though. Thank you.
Thank you, RPG.
Thank you.
So just going to the original question then, the Midna's helmet and thing, because it is important to remember that Nintendo always says that while they are working on one game, and if they're working on different games, then ideas and stuff from one game can influence another game. So it is possible that while remaking Twilight Princess HD, the idea of the Twilight may have influenced the Zonai.
That's the IRL answer for sure.
Yeah, because like it's also important to remember, like almost every Zelda game has its own unique version of like some crazy ancient tribe. Like Majora's Mask had it, Twilight Princess had it, Breath of the Wild has it. Breath of the Wild's the only one that actually goes out and gives them a name, to where the rest of them, they're just mystery tribes. Just like an ancient tribe or a dark tribe or a shadow tribe, whatever.
Right.
Breath of the Wild's the only one that's like Zonai, which is why everyone is suddenly interested in it, where not everyone was always interested in the other ones. Like in Skyward Sword, they have the ancient cistern and the the ancient robots and stuff, but they didn't give the tribe or the civilization who may have created those a name. They were just left without a name. So nobody was like, who were the Pelunkadunks that created all these ancient robots? The Pelunkadunks is the name that I gave the tribe.
Well, weirdly, the Zonai name only comes from the fact that there's one location called the Zonai Ruins, and that's the name that everyone latched onto. But there's never really any... The only other reference to the tribe is that the barbarian armor set refers to a barbarian tribe.
Could they be two different things?
Could be two different things. Most people seem to think they're one and the same.
I object, Your Honor.
Like, they could have just as easily called that race the Typhlo tribe, because there's also the
Pedunkadunk.
Or that's not in the game. But there's a location called the Typhlo Ruins in the game.
What's the Typhlo?
And there's a shrine quest in which you go into that area. It's north of the Great Hyrule Forest, and the area is completely shrouded in blackness. And there's a bunch of Zonai...
Oh, yeah, I know that place.
Architecture, Zonai ruins and stuff around there, but that location is called the Typhlo Ruins. So the only real origin of the name or the term Zonai is from one location in the Faron province called the Zonai Ruins. But otherwise, we don't technically actually know if that race is called the Zonai or not.
Bill Trinan took us
the
there.
Name. Oh, that's true. He did. That's true. And the demo that they did when it was still for the Wii U only.
It was the first time we've seen a shining goddess statue.
That's true as well.
It's weird, all the stupid knowledge we remember.
So I'm not sure. Danny brings a good point. I'm not sure if creating a champion does call them Zonai, but keeping in mind that is what is it, Dark Horse, and that's just a name that the Zelda fans have kind of just latched onto, and it's just very possible that that's what Dark Horse ran with. But I'm not saying that that's not the right term, because it's kind of all we have to go on. But as far as just the game goes, that's the only reference to the term Zonai. So if there's some food for thought for today. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. We
also have videos on like the top 5 or top 10 facts that like Zelda Encyclopedia or Hyrule Historia got wrong.
Sure.
So
I mean, creating a champion is the best one of those books, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Like by and large, way better than the other 3 books.
Yeah.
Way better.
There are some contradicting stuff in it, but it's like in the back when you're talking about the history of the Zora race that they give in the book is a bit contradictory. But yeah. Most of it's good stuff. You're good stuff. Aww. But as far as the actual question that AJ asked, IRL answer side, you could throw theories around all day that they're one and the same tribe or something like that. But it's all very speculative. It's probably just design choice.
Yeah, they probably didn't intentionally do it, but we all latched onto it anyways.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Is that the end?
Yeah, those are our 3 questions.
Thank you, everyone.
That's the billions that were asked during the podcast.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much to the 50 people that stayed until almost midnight watching us.
We love you.
It really does mean so much to us. And please, if you can, go and give a follow to 𝐓𝐵 and 𝐵𝐺𝐵. In the description, join our Discord. There is a $5 from RPG. The adult timeline is a myth.
Wow. That's a spicy hot take.
Go to our Discord again, please. Our Discord is the best way. Go to our Discord, and then you can get some links to our Twitters where you can follow us on Twitters. We post all the time. We reply to people. If you message us, you can get a reply to us. Please make a video about it. We make a video about everything. Not really. I'm not a big geography fan when it comes to Zelda stuff.
I made a video about how much geography Zelda and geography sucks. So you can watch that if you want.
So 𝐓𝐵.
Yes.
How you doing, girl? How's your you have a Twitch for everyone who enjoyed the podcast and loved the discussions and the off-topic stuff that we did. We love you too, Massimo. Thank you as well, Ace. Love you, Just. Love you, Denny. Everyone else is saying I love you and everything. I love you guys too. But 𝐓𝐵, how can people find you on your Twitch? Because if everyone loved this and loved talking and hanging out and everything, Daniel and I are sometimes in your Twitch chat talking along as well. And you're on Twitch. Denny just put it in the chat for the people that are live there, so go give that a follow. But what can people do to follow you, and what can they expect from your Twitch? And do you have a YouTube channel?
Don't have a YouTube channel. I do not have a video editing software. Do not want to pay money for it, so no, I do not make YouTube videos. You can find me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/𝐓𝐵, 𝐶HEWBLEEMAA, and hard to concentrate looking at that face over there.
I'm the Joker.
You can also find me on Twitter at 𝐓𝐵. Stream-wise, I basically just do like Nintendo stuff, and mostly it's my stream just not working and me troubleshooting. But it's always a good time. We have fun. Many laughs to be had.
Girl.
What about you, Bergerson? Where can we find you?
Ooh, aside from saying girl in this chat, I can be found on all forms of social media, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, or Twitter, all at 𝐶APTBergerson. That's 𝐶APTBURGERSON. That's I should make that a little jingle. I can do that. I do streams every Tuesday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time till like about 2:30 Pacific on West Coast. So check me out there, I guess, if you want to. I had a bunch of technical difficulties last week, but I think I got them all fixed. Thanks to our pal Melon Speedruns, actually, for helping me fix a lot of my technical issues. Just
maybe Melons can get in touch with
helped me a lot. He's a good dude. But
he streamed on my channel and did his thing.
He's a magic man. But yeah, anyway, so I do streams then. Sometimes on Friday night as well, we do Animal Crossing. Sometimes, but not always times. So sometimes, though. And I also make the occasional wacko video on my YouTube channel. There's actually one that will be coming out later this week featuring the Geek Apprentice. She guested in my video, so it's a very exciting time. It's already up for Patreon people, but otherwise, everyone else, you can wait till Friday. It's very exciting. It's very good. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I also have a video recently that I put up that has Jesse in it. We just like run down 10 Zelda theories, 10 micro Zelda, like tiny, like just mini Zelda theories, just bam, 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 bam. So it's a good time, but it's that's a things, but a bing batty boom. So Jesse, take it away so I can stop talking about noise.
Yeah, everything is at 𝐵𝐺𝐸. So Twitter /𝐵𝐺𝐸, patreon.com/𝐵𝐺𝐸, Facebook /𝐵𝐺𝐸. Everything is or at 𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐸. And please join the Discord, follow the podcast, or subscribe on iTunes. That really helps out a lot. And thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you so much for watching.
Yes, we love you.
We will try to have the podcast back as a weekly or bi-weekly podcast. We had banana problems for a while, so like we were gone for some time.
Real banana problems.
Yeah, it's like imagine the beginning of Donkey Kong Country, and that's us.
That's dumb. Oh my god, that's a banana problem.
That's banana.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much. I hope you all have a wonderful night. It's always hard for me to end stuff.
Yes.
But it's been 2 hours.
We say, we're bad at ending these.
16 minutes. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. We love you.
Hey, bye-bye!
That's it for now, but a lot of rumors, news, and details are slowly leaking out. So please, stay subscribed and notified, and join our Discord to make sure you stay up to date on all Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 news. And you can find our Zelda podcast, the 𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫, here on YouTube and on iTunes, where we have had many guests who have worked on the Zelda series, and have shared a lot of amazing stories about voice acting, such as Patricia Somerset voice acting as Zelda, Mike Drucker on Zelda's writing or translation team, coming up with the jokes in the game, stories behind the names of characters that he created. Please subscribe and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you. If you are a fan of our Zelda videos like this, Zelda Theories, our Zelda podcast, the 𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫 on iTunes, we would all really appreciate your support at patreon.com/GameOverJesse. That and buying our t-shirts will get you and your YouTube or Twitch a shout out every week on our 𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐽𝐫. And if you send in a photo of yourself in our GameOverJesse or 𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐽𝐫 t-shirt, we can use it for promotion at the end of some of our videos.